The truth about passive income. Why most people get it wrong. You've been lied to. Passive income isn't a magic ATM. Most people think you can buy a few assets and never work again. Sit on a beach, sip cocktails, and watch the money roll in. But the truth? It's far more complicated. And far more achievable if you understand the math, the psychology, and the real-world risks. By the end of this video, you'll know why most passive income plans fail, how to protect yourself, and the exact strategy many financially independent people actually use to make it work. Stick around, because we're not just talking numbers, we're talking the mindset you need to live off your money without losing your freedom. What passive income really means. First, let's get on the same page. Passive income is simply money that comes to you without trading your hours for it. But there are two very different ways people approach this. Cash flow income? This is money that shows up in your account regularly. Think rent checks, dividends, royalties, or interest from bonds. You don't sell anything. Your asset generates cash for you. Total return income. This is where you own a portfolio and gradually sell pieces over time to cover your expenses. You are technically liquidating your investments, but ideally, your remaining assets grow faster than you spend. Here's the catch. Most people pick one path and assume it's effortless. In reality, almost all financially independent people combine both approaches for stability, flexibility, and risk management. The math behind passive income? Let's talk numbers, because passive income without math is just a fantasy. You've probably heard of the 4% rule. Here's the gist. If you invest in a diversified portfolio, you can withdraw 4% of it in your first year of retirement. Each following year, you adjust that number for inflation. Historically, this has given people a very high chance of not running out of money for at least 30 years. For example, if you spend $50,000 a year, you need $1.25 million invested. Spend $80,000 a year, you need $2 million? Sounds straightforward, right? But here's the problem. The 4% rule is based on historical U.S. stock market data. Markets don't follow history perfectly. Low bond yields, high valuations, or prolonged recessions can make 4% too aggressive. Some research suggests a safer withdrawal rate might be 3.3 to 3.5%, which means your $50,000 lifestyle now requires $1.43 million instead of $1.25 million. And don't forget inflation. If inflation averages 3% per year, $50,000 today will cost about $90,000 in 25 years. That means your plan must account for rising costs. Otherwise, your purchasing power erodes while your portfolio looks good on paper. The cash flow trap. Now, many people think real passive income means cash flow only. You picture owning a few rentals or dividend stocks and never touching the principal? But here's the hidden truth. Revenue is not income. Let's take real estate as an example. You buy a duplex that rents for $2,000 a month. Gross revenue, $24,000 a year. Now subtract property taxes, insurance, maintenance, management fees, and periodic repairs like a new roof or HVAC. After all that, your net might be closer to $600 a month, not $2,000, and that's before income tax. To replace a $50,000 salary with rental income, you might need 10 to 12 units free and clear. At that point, you're not a passive investor, you're a property manager. Even high-yield dividend stocks have risks. Companies can cut payouts. Dividends fluctuate with the market, and chasing yield often leads to value traps, where a high-return stock is actually risky. The lesson: true passivity has a price, either lower returns or professional management, both of which reduce instant gratification. Hybrid model. So what's the solution? Most financially independent people don't rely on one source of income. They use a hybrid model, core portfolio, locust index funds for long-term growth. Cash flow layer, rentals, dividends, or semi-passive businesses to cover essential expenses. Cash buffer, 1, 2, 3 years of living costs in cash or short-term bonds. Optional work, projects you enjoy that bring extra income without stress. This system gives flexibility, stability, and the ability to weather market crashes without panic selling. The freedom formula. It's the most powerful lever most people ignore. Spending. Every dollar you save is 2 wins. One less dollar your portfolio has to generate. One more dollar you can invest now. Think about this. A $500 month subscription doesn't just cost $500, it represents $15,000 in invested capital needed to support it forever. Reducing expenses is often far more impactful than trying to squeeze an extra 1% return out of your portfolio. Controlling your lifestyle allows your passive income to go further, accelerating freedom. Inflation-proof strategies. Inflation is the silent killer of passive income. Here's how to protect yourself. Stocks historically outpace inflation. Index funds, dividend growth stocks, and REITs grow over time. It's maintaining purchasing power. Tips: Treasury inflation-protected securities, bonds designed to rise with inflation. Rental properties in appreciating areas. Rent increases typically track inflation, helping your cash flow maintain value. Remember, relying on fixed income assets alone without adjustment exposes you to a slow but guaranteed erosion of purchasing power. Timing your freedom. Retiring too early without enough buffer can be disastrous. The safe number is not just about portfolio size, it's also market timing and readiness. Avoid quitting your job right before a recession. Build at least a 1-2-3 year cash buffer before retiring. Test your lifestyle while still employed. Take extended vacations or sabbaticals to simulate early retirement. This reduces stress, protects your portfolio, and lets you know whether you're emotionally and financially ready for independence. The psychology of money and risk. Financial independence isn't just math, it's psychology. Consider loss aversion. We fear losing money more than we enjoy gaining it. The sequence of returns risk can psychologically sabotage your plan. Lifestyle creep. The more you earn, the more you spend. Without discipline, passive income may never actually lead to freedom. Fear of boredom. Humans need challenge. Retiring from work without a plan for meaningful engagement can lead to unhappiness, even if the math works perfectly. The key: prepare mentally for both market volatility and personal habits that erode freedom. Multiple streams of semi-passive income. Diversification isn't just about assets. It's also about income sources. Rental properties, dividend stocks, royalties from books, music, or digital products. Small online businesses, affiliate marketing. The advantage of multiple streams is simple. If one fails temporarily, the others keep you afloat. This reduces stress and dependency on a single source. Lifestyle design before portfolio design. One of the most overlooked principles: design the life you want before chasing a number. What activities make you happy? Which costs are essential versus luxury? How much time do you want for hobbies, travel, family, or personal growth? Build your income streams to support this lifestyle, not the other way around. This mindset prevents chasing excessive wealth while sacrificing freedom. Long-term mindset and flexibility. Passive income is a long-term game, and the world will always throw surprises. Markets crash, expenses rise, life events happen. Flexibility is the ultimate hedge. Be willing to adjust spending, delay withdrawals in bad years, temporarily increase income through optional work. Those who can adapt are the ones who sustain passive income for decades. Testing your independence. Before fully committing, take a 6 to 12 month sabbatical or remote work experiment. Live entirely on your planned passive income and see how it feels. Track both financial stability and emotional fulfillment. This helps identify gaps in planning, both financial and psychological, before quitting your job entirely. Key takeaways. Passive income is achievable, but rarely effortless. Use a hybrid model: growth assets, cash flow, and buffers. Control spending. Every dollar saved reduces capital needed. Protect against market timing risks with cash buffers and diversified income. Design a life you want, not just a number. Keep flexibility, skills, and engagement to sustain independence long-term. Remember, passive income isn't about escaping work. It's about choosing the work you love and buying autonomy. Sequence of returns risk. Here's the silent killer. Sequence of returns risk. It doesn't matter what your average return is. It matters when the gains and losses happen. Example: you retire with $1 million. Year 1. Market drops 20%, gives portfolio down to $800,000. You still withdraw $40,000, gives portfolio down to $760,000. Year 2. Another 10% drop gives portfolio shrinks again. Withdrawals continue. In just 2 years, you've burned through nearly a third of your savings, Recovery becomes extremely difficult, even if the market booms later. Solution: cash buffer or bond tent. Keep 1 to 3 years of expenses in cash or short-term bonds. When the market drops, you live off this buffer. You don't sell investments at a loss. Lifestyle and psychological challenges. Even if the math works, there's another factor: human psychology. Boredom and lack of purpose can make financial independence feel empty. Lifestyle creep can eat your gains. You hit $500,000, then suddenly want $1 million for luxury vacations and a boat. The key is defining enough early. Financial independence isn't about doing nothing. It's about choosing what work you do. Optional work might be a passion for business, consulting, or volunteer projects. This keeps your brain engaged, your days structured, and your financial plan intact. Lean fee versus fat fee. There are two flavors of financial independence. Lean fee covers essentials, but life is tight, stressful, and fragile. Fat fee covers a comfortable lifestyle with room to spare. Safer, but takes longer to reach. Most people aim for a hybrid: cover the basics with passive income, continue some optional work for luxuries, and maintain flexibility. The ecosystem approach. Think of passive income as an ecosystem. Index funds grow your wealth. Cash flow assets stabilize your life. Cash buffers protect against crashes. Optional work keeps your mind sharp and income flexible. The most secure people aren't the ones with the biggest pile of money. They're flexible. They can scale spending down or scale income up depending on life and market conditions. Common passive income mistakes. Even experienced investors make mistakes when building passive income. Let's break down the most common ones. Chasing high returns without understanding risk. People see a stock or rental with an 8 to 10% yield and jump in, ignoring potential losses. High yield often comes with hidden dangers. Underestimating expenses, property taxes, HOA fees, repairs, and management costs can destroy expected cash flow if not accounted for. Ignoring taxes, dividend taxes, capital gains taxes, and rental income taxes can reduce net passive income significantly. Failing to diversify, putting all your money in one rental, one dividend stock, or one business can lead to catastrophic losses. Always plan for the worst-case scenario and stress test your numbers before assuming passive really means hands-off. The role of skills in passive income. Many people forget that skills matter even in passive income. Learning how to pick good investments, understand market cycles, or negotiate real estate deals significantly increases your success rate. Even semi-passive cash flow businesses like blogs, small e-commerce stores, or royalties require management skills at first. The smarter your initial setup, the more truly passive it becomes over time. Think of it like building a machine. The first few months or years take effort, but a well-designed system eventually runs on autopilot. Automating passive income. Automation is key to minimizing effort. Investing apps and robo-advisors automatically rebalance your portfolio and reinvest dividends. Property management, paying a professional to handle tenants and repairs reduces stress and hands-on work. Recurring income systems for small businesses or content royalties, schedule automatic payments, marketing funnels, and outsourcing. Automation won't eliminate risk, but it reduces the day-to-day burden, making your passive income closer to what most people imagine. Actionable steps. Here's what you should do if you want to live off passive income. Calculate your baseline expenses. Know exactly what enough is. Build a core portfolio of low-cost index funds. Add semi-passive cash flow for essentials. Keep a cash buffer for market volatility. Keep your skills sharp. Optional work can fund luxuries or unexpected expenses. Control your spending. Every unnecessary dollar is capital you don't need to generate. Test your life before you retire fully. Take a sabbatical. Try part-time freedom. Yes, you can live off passive income. But there's no magic formula. It's a combination of math, psychology, and planning. The people who succeed aren't the luckiest. They're prepared, disciplined, and flexible. So, are you a cash flow believer, a withdrawal method strategist, or building a hybrid system? Drop your strategy in the comments. Like and subscribe if this gave you a reality check, and check out the next video to see exactly how I structure my portfolio to balance risk, growth, and freedom. Thanks for sticking around. Let's wrap this up. I want to hear from you. Are you cash flow first, withdrawal method first, or using a hybrid system. What's your freedom number? The amount you need to cover your essentials. Comment below, like if this gave you a reality check, and subscribe for more financial strategies that actually work.